Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bergmann. I've been the program lead for the Data and Analytics program since about October last year, where Brett handed it off. So, more formally known as the flagship program. So, if that's what you're thinking, what happened to the flagship program? Rebadged as Data and Analytics. It was very fortunate to inherit a program that already had a whole bunch of work that had been going on, water dynamics trials and PI trials. So very much in that, we're in a communication phase around the results of those trials, sharing phase around that at the moment. So I'll give you a bit of a findings slides in that. You're also going to get a sneak peek of the presentation that's going up at Oswater as well. So hopefully to get you enthused about that. Also to quick update on the Artificial Intelligence Workshop we're planning for Oswater as well, and the Data Analytics Working Group. Oh, we've got transitions in this, great. Alright. Going right back to the early days of even the IWN and the flagship program, it was really the problem that was identified that needed to be solved is up there. As water authorities, we're not so great at effectively using the data, if we have it, even in the first place, and we're not so great at actually keeping up with technology. Certainly the expectations of our customers is they're really streaking ahead of us in terms of their technology expectations. So that was really the problem to solve within the flagship program or the Data and Analytics program. I'll just call it Data and Analytics program from now on, okay? And I won't say flagship again, likely. So really the benefit that was then identified in the business case that went up to IWN to take on some of these trials was really about improving the efficiency of our businesses through better decision making, about better visibility of our assets and how we manage those, reducing cost for us, and the whole customer experience. Better data, better responses to our customers, happier customers. It was really the business case that underpinned what happened next. So there was an EOI RFP for solutions to solve these problems, and two were chosen: OSI Soft Pi with GTS as the integrator, and also the Water Dynamics solution by IBM with Veolia doing the integration. So Water Dynamics was taken on by Western Water as the trial water authority, and Lower Murray Water and East Gippsland Water took on the PI trials as well. And so those trials have done their 12 months, reports have been written, I can circulate copies of those. They're on the Knowledge Hub as well, so I can point you to the links on those as well. So I'm going to give you a bit of a sneak peek into some of the results of those that you'll see. And I did say I wasn't going to say flagship again, but that's what the flagship program, I'm now calling them the flagship trials. So a series of workshops were done with those particular water utilities and the solution providers. And this is the PI one, but they were pretty much the same between the Water Dynamics ones in what they said they wanted the trial scope to be. Very much about how do we do combined reporting, data accessibility, how do we get to the data that we need, this single source of truth, wouldn't that be nice? How do we get to see the performance of our assets in real time, even if we can? And how do we bring together quality information, water quality in particular, and then also this data on our customers when they ring up, when they've got a problem. How do we integrate, visualise and analyse all that data in a speedy way so that we can respond better? So if we, let's take a look at the PI solution. So this is Lower Murray Water and East Gippsland Water. Took in on a number of, well, here's some of the results of their trials. So in this case, this was the integration of some pump station data. So this is live, near real-time data on a particular pump station performance. So this is giving Lower Murray, I think this is one of their decks, them insight into an asset performance. They haven't needed to go to their pump station manager or pump station expert and tell us where the data is, or even go out to site. Here's the dashboard that they can see that's what's going on in that site. Is it performing well? Do they need to intervene? Is maintenance required in that place? Also too, this is an example of a potential Efc Reporting Dashboard. And it is an example of bringing together data from all over the organisation and integrating that into one single place. Linked to the real sources of data, integrated in a way, it's the real source of truth. It takes out the interpretation, it takes out the manual intervention that might be happening, and then you can have great discussions about whether it aligns up with those expectations or not. And wouldn't it be great if we all had similar dashboards like that were updated near real time and we could be comparing and contrasting? Another example of from the PI trials was out, again, Lower Murray Water Territory. They were running a digital meter trial using the Sigfox network. So the data was within that trial organisation, within the Sigfox. So they were able to demonstrate by system that they could take that data, integrate it, put it on their mapping software and actually show digital meter data, greens, ambers, orange, according to the thresholds around usage that they wanted. And there's even the potential for email alerts to go out based on abnormal water usage in that time. So that was an example of external data integrated into a mapping and visualisation tool within the PI work. Also too, some sewer back data, this is sonar condition assessment. This was a static sort of source of data run by those sewer back trials down the network, sat in a separate place, integrated into PI, but then visualised by establishing thresholds, able to see where the condition assessment hotspots that really need to be going and investigated. Also too, there was another example of integrating some external data. So Bureau rainfall data with pump station flow data, overlaying those, integrating those to really show the sources of potential I&I. Infiltration. What's the other I? Ingress and infiltration. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. What does that think about that? And visualising that, and that's getting updated regularly, really showing where are the areas that need to be gone and investigated a bit further. So really the strengths of the PI solution, all the feedback we seem to be receiving was PI is great in the way it stores data, organises data, integrates data so that it's very quick to access. There can be a lot of data going back a long period of time, really quick to pull through. Maybe not, as you can see in some of these charts, maybe not a great strength in visualisation, depends how pretty you want them to be. Yeah, it gives you the facts in that. So you'll see a contrast when we jump into the next ones. The strength of the water dynamics was very much in its visualisation. How good it looked, which meant easy to use, quick to navigate around, just quick click-throughs into different screens. So this example was within the water quality team out at Western Water. They had over 400 sampling points, so a static set of data that was integrated in, as well as they had a small number of online water quality data meters around their network, which they could integrate in relatively near real time. Then they've got quality complaints as well, that they're able to map that out. And these are examples of some of the different views. So there's a map view. They can very quickly either click through to a different screen or bring up on the screen the chart or the trend view of the water quality that they have. And on the right, you can't read that, but that's effectively a list of the data points and any issue points that they can see. All on the one screen, they can map it out. Is there an area that needs attention? Even to the point that with that kind of information, they were then able to map out and show here's an area that looks like it's impacted. And so if there is an issue, it impacts this particular area, this set of customers, who do we need to inform, who do we need to work with. Different looking tool, very easy to click through to those different views and different screens. Really good feedback from the Western Water team about their customer and their operational efficiencies that they were able to achieve. And one example was, actually we'll go to that one first. Actually no, we'll go back to this one. You might go, oh, that's just Google Street View. Yeah, it's a version of it, But what they were finding when residents were ringing up with an issue, there's water flowing out of the driveway. They were just with a simple click of a button within Water Dynamics, so they haven't had to jump out, call up Google Maps, type in the street address. They were able to see on the map what's your address, click in there, and they were able to have very detailed discussions with the homeowners about where the water might be coming from. Is it coming from the driveway? Is it coming from the street? Is it to the right of the street lamp? Is it to the left of the red letterbox? That detailed conversation about where the issue might be. Why would you want to have that? Well, that very much determines whether it's a water utility asset or it's the resident asset. Do they need to call a plumber or do they need to send a crew out? And the efficiencies around sending crews out to solve issues that actually weren't their issue or wasted everyone's time and money and the crews as well. And happier customers at the end of the day. They're having better conversations on the phone. Also too, really by the GPS tracking, being able to map that out, knowing exactly where the crews are at any different point in time. So where's the nearest crew to respond to that issue? Send them out, actually able to visualise that rather than calling around the crews. Well, I think the last crew was out on somewhere in Sunbury. What are we going to do with them? Who's the best one to respond? So I think we can see in all of that, as I was saying, the visualisation is very much a map-based tool of the Water Dynamics, and so a lot of the views are in maps, but with the trending and the graphs going with it as well. Really positive feedback from the Western Water team, just how now all this data is coming into this single place. Have it listed all there. I can provide that information. Also, as part of then reviewing the results of the trials, plenty of issues and challenges. It always wasn't smooth sailing. Everyone underestimated the integration side of it. Great that you got Pi, great that you got Water Dynamics' visualisation. 75% plus of the work was actually in integrating the data that you have, making it accessible, building the interfaces, bringing it all together, making it work, the dirty data, cleaning it up as well. That's where most of the work is. So if you think you're just going to bring in Water Dynamics, yes, there's a lot of, or Pi, there's a lot of learnings there that can be shared, but there's a lot of work to be done in the integration, a lot of people to engage with as well. Also too, there was really interesting feedback about where your utility might be on their digital transformation journey. Are you really ready for it? And it's around change management. Where's the right time in your journey? Are you ready? What's the fit-for-purpose solution at the time for your organisation? Really getting commitment of people in the business. You know, yeah, it's a trial, but there's still a lot to do. These are new operational systems. You actually have to use them to prove that they work, not just dive in and out of them or keep using the old one and doing that. You actually have to force that level of engagement in doing that. So there's plenty more. There's trial reports. There's a paper going up to Ozwater. There's a presentation for that as well. Come along to Ozwater and hear that as well. Or I can send that paper out after Ozwater. I can connect you also with Western Water and Lower Murray Water, East Gippsland Water, if you want to have those kind of conversations with them about how it really went. Two other points I wanted to cover today. At Ozwater, we are running a artificial intelligence workshop, opportunities for artificial intelligence in the water industry. We're going to have presentations from IBM, ISLE, Veolia, Western Water to really share their knowledge and what they know in a very rapid, fast format. We only got 90 minutes to do this, but then key to it all is there's about 40 minutes of workshop time where we'll be doing our best to match problems to solve with artificial intelligence solutions, because we'll have in the room both water utilities and solution providers, and we'll be doing a rapid exercise in trying to connect those up. And also too, we're hoping very much that we'll bring this then, what we'll capture out of that, plenty of people have follow-up, but also within our data and analytics program, we'll actually have quite a lot of things to follow up and engage with potential projects to follow. If you're not able to come to all of Ozwater, you can actually get workshop passes as well. You can register for a day, you can register just for a particular workshop as well. You have to register, you can't just rock up. So do that. Also too, we kicked off the Data and Analytics Working Group. Thank you for the champions that introduced a lot of these people to us as data and analytics specialists within your organisation. That's about 2/3 of the working group there. We actually had a face-to-face session on the 21st of March where we spent a lot of time engaging on what are our problems to solve, trying to theme them up, and where we really got to in the end. There's still a lot more I need to troll through in terms of the output of that session. But key themes that we're going to pursue, they're data integrity, getting good data, or even how do we use data that's maybe not so good. What's the right point to clean it up? At the source, at the integration stage, at the visualization stage. Also too, really strong desire to collaborate on data and analytics projects. Some of these projects, some organisations will do things themselves, others they're thinking we either don't have the time or the resource to do this. It would be much better if we could come together on a project. So we'll start to scope what some of those projects are, and also we think here there's some real quick wins on what are our current practices. Let's share those, our tools, our templates, our visualisation boards. What is it we put out there and show, and different organisations go, I love that view that you're using, how do I replicate that? What tool was that? How do I get that tool? And really just share that and get the conversations going. So our next phase is very much around prioritising the ideas that we had. We'll get together as a group again, probably by the phone, and start to go, well, what are the priorities? What are some of the projects that we'll then be doing? Looking for engagement with champions and also the working group and others to help us on that journey. So that is my update for today. Thank you.